Howdy everybody, and welcome to another stupid video with me, Craig Bryant. I hope you can tell from behind me where I am. I'm hiding from the wind because I've parked me here at Newcastle Airport, which is absolutely class. And I'm getting an Aer Lingus, or should I say Emerald Airlines flight from here to Belfast City Airport. And I actually wanted to really try what's it like to use public transport properly in Northern Ireland. So from there, I'm going to be getting the train from next to Belfast City Airport all the way up to Coleraine. So please come and join me. I'm going to go through security and I'll see you on the other side. Right, finally can actually talk to this camera. Newcastle Airport was generally as busy as I've ever seen it. Security was okay. We've got all of the new scanners. I showed you a little bit of the footage there. So all the new scanners are working, which is class. It looks absolutely beautiful as well. But I think we need to sort of do a bit more training with the staff, because my bag, you know how you have like, basically Newcastle never used to have those spaces numbered. Instead it used to just be like in a queue, and then you put your stuff in the boxes, and then it went through the scanner. But now they've got like 4 points where you can do it, and then they all get pulled back by a member of staff. Now the member of staff on ours basically kept just pushing everybody else's in front of mine, because mine was on the far end, so I had to wait ages. Anyway, I'll get over it. It looks beautiful. They've done a really good job with the new scanners as well, and it wasn't too bad. It was like 10-15 minutes. But then airside, my days, it's the first time I've ever had to just like abandon the normal terminal, and I went to the pier where the gates are, and I just hid down here, and even then it was absolutely heaving. So now I'm in gate 2, hiding in the corner, and we've got our lovely ATR 76 Emerald Airlines, aka Aer Lingus, that we're just about to get on. But yes, it's been an interesting time here. This is probably why I like ferries more than airports. I like aeroplanes, but yeah, airports are not fun at all, are they? Even if you love aeroplanes, they're the only bit that's good about an airport. So yes, we should be boarding any time now. It's a scheduled time of 1 hour 10 minutes. It's not that's like the sort of blocked out time, so it should be about 45-50 minutes of actual flying time coming across from Newcastle. I don't know which runway we're using, so we should just go due west and then land at Belfast City Airport. So looking forward to a good flight now. Also, it was quite funny, Newcastle Airport, I always look for like football tops, as you do. You always see Newcastle tops, but I didn't see any. I saw a full family of Middlesbrough tops, including 2 kids in full kits, and the mum and dad, both in Middlesbrough tops, all matching. That was very weird. Going on holiday, there's loads of holiday flights from TUI and Jet2 and Ryanair all taking off now. So yeah, that was quite funny. Then a couple of horrible Sunderland tops. No offence guys if you're a subscriber, I'm only joking. 2 Scottish tops from kids who only spoke Spanish to each other, which was interesting. A Rangers coat, and I was like, I've not seen a Newcastle top. And then just as I was about to say that on camera, before I saw literally 3 Newcastle kits walk past me, including the old Alan Shearer with gold Northern Rock. Lovely. Anyway, I'll shut up about football tops, that's not why you're here. I'll get on board and I'll see you there. So you can see us getting on board here. The ATR 76 only has boarding in the rear. The front is used for cargo, and you could see there by my legs, I'm about 6'2", and there was very, very little leg room. I was next to quite a big lad next to me, and even in a 2-2 configuration like this, there was very little room, and the seats were actually quite uncomfortable. But it was great. I got a window seat. I was just behind the wing, and I was looking forward to takeoff.
Draw your attention to the safety features on board this ATR 72 type aircraft. Please ensure that all headphones, including earbuds, are removed for the duration of this demonstration. And seat backs are upright with the armrest down, and cabin baggage is placed under the seat in front of you.
This was a cool thing that I've never seen before as well. Look closely and you can see how the flaps are actually indicated at what degrees they're on the wing itself. Thought it was pretty cool. But here we are about to take off on runway 25, heading out of Newcastle. But before us, there goes a 737-800, I think that is, from Jet2. We're all lined up. Enjoy the full takeoff. The flight time itself is supposed to take an hour and 10 minutes, but that's the blocked out time. Actually, the time in the air, even in a turboprop like this plane, is only about 35-40 minutes. So we were soon approaching Northern Ireland. Here we are, just coming out of the clouds over Island McGee, which isn't actually an island. There in the distance, you can see the port of Larne. That's where the P&O Ferries European Highlander, there it is there. At Anchorage, actually, because it was having a problem. That's why I'm doing a zoomed in video of that. And here we are on our descent into Belfast City Airport. Here we're just flying over the very famous Kilroot Power Station. That's on the north end of Carrickfergus, on the edge of Belfast Lough. You often see that when you always see that when you're exiting on the Stena Line ferries from Belfast. There's Carrickfergus itself, there's Carrickfergus Castle and Marina and Premier Inn, which I would highly recommend. Here's the wonderful final approach into Belfast City Airport over the Lough. Well, I'm here outside Belfast City Airport, aka George Best, named after the legendary Northern Irish football player who played for Man United, and yeah, genuinely is one of the best football players ever to play football. And I'm not just saying that to exaggerate, but yeah, I absolutely love Belfast City Airport. You land over the harbour. I was looking for some Stena lines, but I could only see. I think it was the Stena. Which one was it? Not the foreteller. Forwarder. It was the forwarder. I was trying to remember its name there. It was the new-ish Stena forwarder, but no, the Stena Superfast. I think we might have been on top of one of them, so couldn't see out the window. But yeah, beautiful approach over Belfast Lough there. But the airport itself, if you're not like a nerd like me and you enjoy the views, it's actually class because it's really, really handy. It's very, very close to the city, unlike Belfast International, which should probably just be called like sort of Northern Ireland Airport, because it is handier for the rest of Northern Ireland, really. But yes, it is a lovely compact airport. From getting off the plane to getting out here, if I didn't go to the toilet, which I did, genuinely would have been a minute to get to this point outside from the plane steps. It is literally that easy to get through. But now, I've just seen a sign that says train link with a bus on it. So apparently there is a bus that goes to Sydenham. So that's why I'm doing this video. I want to sort of showcase what it's like to try and use a bit of public transport in Northern Ireland. Hint, it's not massively simple. The place is so sparsely populated. Well, it's not sparsely populated. It's disparate. Everybody is in random little houses all over the shop, really, genuinely. And that's the biggest difference between here and Great Britain. So public transport is a little bit more difficult to do. But obviously in the Belfast metro area, you've got a little bit more. But the train line is literally the other side of there. I think that's the A2, the Sydenham bypass. But actually, Belfast City Airport doesn't have a train station named after it. Instead, I've got to walk 16 or 17 minutes behind me there to Sydenham station, alongside the dual carriageway over there. So I'm going to go and do that, try and catch my train, which will take me to Belfast Lanyon Place, and then there I'm going to change trains and get a train all the way up to Coleraine. It should be just under 2 hours before I get into Coleraine, but who knows what will happen from here. So I'm going to go for a little wander, and I will see you at Sydenham station. Just went the wrong way there. When you see the Tato shelter, which I always remember when I get dropped off here, don't walk to it like my normal habit is. Instead, turn right, where there's no signage, but this is the path off-site. Belfast City Airport, get some more signage, because if you don't know that, it's an absolute nightmare to get out of. There's fences all over there, so I've just lost 5 minutes. Right, that's a good sign. Oi, oi! Is that an Embraer 145 maybe? This is genuinely the route. I hope you can hear me. Unreal. Don't have time though, I need to go and get this train. Right, now it's well signposted. You just need to put one more of these signs up and then we'll be grand. Oh, and there is another ATR. I think that's still a 7E2 600, I think. Convoluted way, but now it is actually well signposted. Well, it spat me out, and yes, this is actually the proper route on the A2 dual carriageway. But it's fine, we should be in there in about 6 or 7 minutes from this point, hopefully. And I'm going to try and catch the slightly earlier train, so hopefully can make an earlier connection at Lanyon Place and get Coleraine perhaps even an hour before I was expecting to, so that should be good. But here we go, hopefully that happens. Well, I've just seen it for the first time as all the traffic just disappears for some reason. Probably traffic lights. There is the platforms at Sydenham. Sadly, you can't just jump over there unless you're a naughty boy. You've got to walk all the way up to here to this blue bridge. So if you have mobility problems, don't bank on doing this connection here to Belfast City Airport to Sydenham train station. Scenic. There's the train going in the opposite direction. It goes all the way to Bangor. Thankfully, I'm not running for that one. And you do get a great view from this bridge though. There is Belfast City Airport, the runway just ends there. And there we've got Belfast Port in the distance. And over there, it is the incredibly famous Goliath and Samson, I think they're called, of Harland and Wolff. And Cave Hill in the background. But we're going this way. And I've seen my first mural already. Well, I've made it. I'm above the train tracks. And you can just see how it would be possible to squeeze in up there somewhere some platforms and do an overbridge, a covered overbridge from the main terminal. It would be so much easier than walking alongside that. But anyway, we're going to be going that way into Belfast itself. In classic Northern Ireland, we've got the flags. You'll see the British and the Israeli one together, or an Irish tricolour and a Palestinian flag, and some quality murals actually as well. Well, here comes the train now. The sun has just started shining. It was started raining before. But there is the train to Belfast Lanyon Place. I think it's actually a couple of minutes early as well, which is good for me. So I'll get on board. Well, I made it to Lanyon Place and I've made a massive error. Nothing to do with the trip, but my phone's on 15% battery and I've got me charging brick or whatever they're called, and that's run out of charge. Absolute disaster. I did charge up a little bit before. Anyway, you don't need to know that, but if there's sparse evidence of the rest of the journey, that might be why. Anyway, Lanyon Place is an absolute hive of activity. I've been here a couple of times before, and I've took this train journey a couple of years ago. You can see there's quite a few trains. This is where a lot of the lines connect. So that train there, the ticket inspector come round, he went, "Get the bus to the venue." And I was like, "What are you on about?" Turns out there's a festival on, and I must look like the festival type. Little does he know, I love trains and ferries instead. So he just presumed I was going there. But the train terminated here, and then you swap over, just go over the bridge to platform 1. And I'm thinking this year there's no departure yet on that bit, but it's on platform 1, it's sitting here, and it sort of goes in about 10 minutes. So I'm presuming this is the Derry train, so I might actually go and sit on it now, and that should take me all the way up. I think it stops everywhere. I've just checked on the board just in case. I'll be getting off at Coleraine. So yes, I'm going to get on board now, and then hopefully it doesn't take me somewhere else. I don't think it can. While the train is pretty empty, there's a few people got on there. It's very long. I wonder how many cars long it is. It feels, I haven't counted, but it sort of feels like an 8 car at least. but disaster goes from disaster. I was like, please, there should be some power outlets on here. If you're watching this and you know there's power outlets but I've not found them, comment below and tell me how much of an idiot I am. But I got on board, I saw some shiny lights. If you know, that is a USB-A port. Why have I changed to USB-C? I thought the whole world had. Obviously, like, trains don't update that quickly, but I thought surely they'll have some 3-prong plugs. I can't find any actual power outlet apart from these USB-As, so yeah, it might run out. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully we last all the way. Anyway, I'm going to sit here and get some good views. And just a quick one on the seats. They're actually not too bad. I like the Mock-S as well. That's a nice colour scheme. But yes, it's obviously a 2-2 layout. I don't think there's any first class on this train. I buy myself a window seat on a table as well, which would be great. Oh, and there comes another train as well, terminating that landing place. Cleanliness, it's good. I mean, there's a few marks on there, but I don't think that's anything to do with that. Yeah, just a little bit wear and tear, but other than that, it's actually is quite a nice train. Pray that this camera lasts for the rest of the journey, and hopefully I'll also get picked up on the other end, because I'll have no way of contacting anyone.
West, Antrim, Ballymena, Coleraine, Ballymoney, Coleraine, Castle Rock, Bellarina, Derry, Londonderry. In the interests of emergency, please follow staff instructions. Your attention is drawn to the following safety.
Our train is zooming out of the Belfast suburbs now. Look at that rainbow, insert leprechaun joke about Ireland here. But we are now just leaving Belfast. This is Newton Abbey, a northern suburb of the city. And the train takes about an hour and 20 minutes to reach Coleraine. And from now on, most of the line is single track. A lot of the passing loops are at the station, so sometimes there are little bits of waiting time. But it is a lovely and enjoyable journey. Here's the toilet. There's no vestibules, so I can't talk much, but the toilet, yeah. And there was a guy in there when I opened it, he said he didn't know where the one was, so it's a button.
Local bus services are available from this station. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform when leaving the train.
Well, the phone ran out there, and then I had a brainwave, and I realised I've got a USB-C charging port absolutely filthy. But it is actually charging amazingly, so my phone's turned back on. And now you get to see beautiful trees.
Please mind the gap.
Well, I hope you can hear me all right. I have arrived in Coleraine, as you might have guessed. The train going the other way is just about to leave, I think. Most of this track, I didn't say this earlier on because my phone was running out of battery, but most of this is actually single track, so often you'll find the trains having to wait at platforms. I think we had to do that at Ballymoney as well. So the trains will wait here because these are almost passing loops. I've also worked out that there's 6 cars. I think I guessed 8 cars. They're very long, but they're made up of sort of 2 units of 3. So diesel multiple units, 3, and then joined together in the middle like that. I was on a class 4000, and that over there is also a class 4000. I can just see it on there. But yes, I'll just summarise some of my thoughts here before the end of the video. So starting with Emerald Airlines, aka Aer Lingus Regional, from Newcastle to Belfast City. Ooh, here goes the train. I'll do that in the background as I speak. Actually, that flight was really good. The only downside is the leg room shocking. I mean, I'm over 6 foot. The guy next to me was a big lad as well, and we were really cramped, like knees right up against the chair in front of you, and they were really thin. Even though that is the ATR 72s in a 2-2 configuration, even then it was very thin. Oh, and here comes another train on our same platform. That might be the connecting one that goes up to Portrush, actually. I will have a look. 2 seconds, guys. Just 2 seconds while I see the side of this train to see. It's another class 4000, number 4003. And it has absolutely nothing on the side, so I can't tell. There was a train behind us that terminated at Coleraine, so this could be from Lanyon Place, the train behind, or this is the connecting station for the Portrush branch line that goes through University, Duvarren and Portrush, just 3 stops on that line. So it might be one of them. I think it might be the terminating one behind. Anyway, Emerald Airlines actually were really good, on time, got there exactly, literally a minute early, I think it was. And the train here and the use of I've just seen my father-in-law's ringing me. I'll ring you back, Ken, in a second. I know you're picking me up. But yes, the trains of Northern Ireland, these multiple units are actually really good, but like I said, it's a very small network, only on these sort of larger towns, going up to Derry, and it's a little bit convoluted, a little bit slow as well. Basically, public transport here is never going to be amazing because everybody lives so far away from each other. The planning laws here in the past were far different. So you don't get clusters and green belts. You basically have houses everywhere and sort of smallish towns, and then two biggish cities, Belfast and Derry. But yes, had a really good time on that train there. If you've enjoyed this video, you're an absolute weirdo, but thank you so much for joining me. and please give this a subscribe. That's absolutely free. Give the video a like, drop us a comment below, it massively helps. And also, if you're feeling inclined, I've got a Ko-fi page. I will link that in the description below, or click on the QR code there. If you just want to give anything you can, it means I can put more money into doing these videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm off to get some food. See you later.